guys, my name is Jason and I want to come on here reintroducing myself because I have been having so many different upheavals, so many different lessons happening, so many different aspects happening in my life, and I just want to come on here and be authentic and share who I am and who I'm becoming and what I'm learning. And not just that, but I definitely want to touch an aspect of my life that maybe I have kept buried for so long, to realizing it cannot be buried any longer because it is part of who I am. So this video is going to be me diving deep into a part of myself I try to hide. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so, I've always felt kind of outcasted, ever since I was a young girl. And with that being said, I realized that I'm different. It is so obvious that I am different. And, even saying that, it's just and I've always tried so many ways, so many different levels of me have tried to become something I'm not. And I'm making this video for, not neurodivergent women and maybe even other people who are neurodivergent, because I don't want to exclude people. But, y'all follow me with my thoughts, okay? Because y'all are definitely going to see me in this video. Okay, so follow me. But and I feel safe with y'all because you guys get me the best. So again, back to the first thing where I was gonna say, I've always felt kind of like an outcast, and not even knowing that I had a different mind at a young age. I did not have the most healthiest way of being raised, I guess. My mom was a single mother with 5 kids, and she had to work a lot. So that means maybe Jocelyn was neglected a little bit more than what she should have had. And not being able to pick up the signs that I had a very complex mind. And seeing signs of, ADHD, or being able to know that I need a little bit more attention, or being able to see that. My sister picked it up before anyone could actually pick it up, even before I could pick it up. I didn't even know what was happening with me, but I realized that it's actually a gift and a blessing to have this, and the more you learn to embrace yourself, the more it's beautiful, but we'll get into that. So I'll talk a little bit about my upbringing, with having it, growing up. I would say that, having ADHD is really hard growing up, with the way that people might look at you, because you have a different way of thinking. The way you learn might be different. The way you might see things are different. And so people might look at you as an outcast, why do you think like that? Why are you always super excited? Why are you blurting out? Why are you not listening? And it's I'm not intentionally doing this to you. I promise. I really care about you. It's just the way that I process is different. And imagine being able to process this all as a child, but not being able to understand why that you think this way. Because again, I didn't have the necessary guidance to be able to notice that I even had this. I didn't know that I just recently got diagnosed with it. And this video is going to be pretty scattered, but I realize I don't want to make this video perfect. I don't want to section it off and have anything. I actually was going to write a whole list of what I was going to talk about. I said, whatever my spirit feels led to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. But I know that I do want to start appreciating neurodivergent women and people who have this, because I see you loud and clear, and I just want you to know that you don't go unnoticed. And I just want to help you in ways that I've learned on my healing journey, my self-love journey. I've learned to embrace who I am by finding routines that are actually beneficial, helping myself, learn through the trials and tribulations, losing friends, losing people who don't understand who I am, and, having times where I slip into abandoning everyone because I'm no one gets me. It's not funny, but it's definitely it's a lesson that I had to learn within my journey, and I want to share that with, you know, people who have something similar to this. Again, I have Mercury in the 6th house if y'all are into that, but yeah, you know me. And but again, I kind of came on here with, you know, a lot of things. Like, I'm already scatting around, but we're gonna get back to the, like, growing up and feeling a little bit different. You know, also not getting diagnosed at a young age, so not getting like treatment and being able to, like, how to function through that. I barely could focus in school. I would say that what helped me focus more in school was not having my phone. When my mom took my phone away, that's when I became AV honor roll. But I will say that with ADHD, we do add a lot of distractions to our life that kind of causes us to kind of get off rails. And I do have a lot of, like, strategies I would love to share with y'all that I've gained into my journey. Another thing that just came to my mind, I know it's just a random thought, but hey, I feel safe to do this. I know I have a green screen behind me. I don't know how to work this, and it may be in the video after I finish doing it. I know how to work it, but I don't know how to work this, so please don't mind. But green also is healing, so hopefully I'm healing your mind through the green. Anyways, okay, yeah, growing up, I could not keep friends at all. I don't want to get, like, emotional, but, you know, whatever. I always thought I had friends, and I think that my most trauma came in middle school with friends. I think I might get emotional. It's okay. I always, like, I knew I was different, but I never had anyone accept me for being different, which is really hard to talk about. But I know this was like a real mass turn. I didn't expect me. I was trying not to touch this topic. I don't know if you guys could tell my voice was shaky, but I knew. But yeah, definitely, like, middle school. And that was, like, the most I moved, because, you know, again, being a single parent, you're always, like, traveling around and stuff like that. Well, for my life. I'm like, not every person had this life, but for my life, yes. We traveled, like, a lot. And then again, you know, not being able to stay stabled with that. But then, like, when we did get stabled, I really, really wanted friends. And I felt like I couldn't make friends. I could, like, I was quote unquote the popular girl. I guess my personality is very outgoing, but I would say, like, I don't see why people saw me popular because I played basketball. I grabbed people's attention, stuff like that, because, you know, I'm me. But again, I wasn't really seen, you know, so that like, popularity thing is such a, like, anyways, but back to it, the, like, no friends. I had friends, but I didn't have friends. They never invited me out. They never, you know, considered me to doing things like bonding, or, like, you know how, like, friends give each other's gifts and stuff. I never really had that. I did have one friend who did that, which is, like, my best friend, but, you know, I feel like she never really got to understand, like, with my ADHD and stuff like that. She embraced me, I will say that, but still, it's not just her. I didn't feel like I had a home, you know, with anyone, just that. Not, you know, seen for who I really was ever. I got called the crackhead, like, because I'm very energetic. Right now I'm chill because I'm talking about stuff, but in this video you might see me I have my little outburst, which is normal to me, but to some people it might be too much, and I've literally had people say it was too much. But yeah, I do have, like, little outbursts sometimes. But it's just part of me, like, you know what I'm saying, and I don't want to change that for anyone. But it's very, like, emotional talking about this, but it's healing, because I have never talked about this. So I pray to God that this reaches the right collective and sees me for who I am, you know, not who I'm trying to be or anything. I don't think I can be anyone. I just want to be Jocelyn. And Jocelyn is wild. But she's a good heart. She's great, you know. But yeah, I got names like that, or, like, I was too much for people. Some people, like, and I tried fitting in here and there, but it just never, like, not my mind. My mind wouldn't let me fit in. I can only fit in for like 2 minutes without me like, you know what I'm saying? And like once you make me feel safe, I will explode with my excitement. But even if I don't, I might just be more reserved. But like, okay, my phone storage. We gonna get this video done. Okay, because I am like going all around the place. But this honestly is an introduction video without saying introduction. I'm sorry, okay. But yeah, this is kind of my introduction video. But yeah, where I was talking about was within school, trying to fit in. It never really worked. I just tried. I mean, attempting. I mean, hey, but I don't think like I was created to fit in. I feel like I'll find my own tribe, and this is also another thing. Like, I want people to feel safe to be like, hey, I feel like we gang, okay? But yeah, long story short, with the school, I never really had like long lasting, and I think it did take a toll on my mental health. Just thinking about it is just crazy sometimes. You know, I'm still processing, y'all, so bear with me. But you know, like I would sit in my room sad, like really sad. Don't cry, I'm not trying to, kid you not, I'm just really emotional. Y'all, I've been healing, so I feel my emotions, but whew, yeah, just like really sad for a lot of years, you know. And like I was the type of girl who overshared, so who knows where my business went. I was the type of girl who would people please, obviously, and just wanting people to see me and, you know, be there for me. Now I don't even know how to make friends anymore. But yeah, it took a lot for me to realize like they weren't just my crowd. They weren't my crowd. They weren't my friends. And I feel like one day I do want to go more in depth, if you guys would like, about the experiences I had with friendships. It was crazy. But I do want to, you know, start touching on the topics of like maybe even how I got diagnosed and why I got diagnosed, because it was getting crazy. But how I haven't even gotten medicine, but I've been able to manage through my day-to-day and stuff like that. I will make videos like that. Y'all, I'm gonna really look out for y'all. I got y'all. But I do first want to talk about like when I got diagnosed. So I'm currently 24 years old and I got diagnosed this year. If no, you know, if it's not one thing, it's another. And so, you know, I just couldn't get any sleep. Like that was detriment to my mental health too. Like, you know, I had to even get space from people because people would want my time and like want me to help them and stuff, and I wasn't even there mentally. Like, and I tell people that I'm like, hey, I'm just focusing on myself. People don't understand with having ADHD how challenging it is. It is so challenging. And I know people might just think it's just like, I do want to make a video about what it is and everything for people who might be discovering it. But this video is just kind of introducing me and what I'm about and whatever, and also like my thing. But for my thing, I have had trouble with having like multiple thoughts at one, outbursting, like interrupting people all the time. Also, you know, not being able to sleep at night, and I want to talk about that. Not being able to be productive sometimes. Like, I have so many thoughts going on. That has been the worst of why I had to get it. But not being able to like be productive and feeling like I'm not worthy because I can't be productive, and I'm so stuck on that thought that my days already went through. Y'all, how? Like, I just want to say to everyone who does have ADHD and who is a neurodivergent, I see you and I love you so much, because people might think that this is just like a little game or like, you know, This is so deep. Mental health is so important, and the way that we utilize it, the way we learn about it and help ourselves is so important also. And so I just want to be a bridge to those who maybe don't even have funds to get, you know, medicine for it, or who don't want to be hooked to the medicine, because why be hooked to something, you know? I haven't even got on meds, and I was going to get on meds, but I've been able to maneuver through without it. So I do want to talk about that. Why I got on it was because it got really detriment. like really, really bad. I couldn't even sleep without having multiple thoughts coming up in my mind, okay? When I talk about multiple thoughts, I'm thinking about yesterday, I'm thinking about my crush, I'm thinking about like why I'm not happy, and I'm trying to go to sleep though. I'm literally trying to go to sleep and my thoughts are really racing like this. So you tell me. I was like, oh no, I gotta go. It got that bad. But then also during this week, I saw how I wasn't able to get things done and I wasn't able to maneuver through my challenges and stuff. But before, I will say this, I did have a breakthrough when I did, before I even knew, I knew I had ADHD for a long time, but I was like, I can't just diagnose myself. So then I want to know what my doctor said. He was like, well, after we finished talking, he said, my question is, why are you just now getting diagnosed? He's like, you show all signs of ADHD. I was like, okay, not too much on me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, again, y'all, when you're not being able to sleep and stuff like that, that's where it's becoming concerning, because I was like, I wouldn't even get any sleep until 5 a.m. So I would say that's where you need to start getting worried, where your thoughts are controlling. Okay. The last part was if it gets really detriment to where you can't sleep like that, maybe it'll be good to get checked out. But I believe I have some solutions that I have literally worked on doing, practicing, and I would love to share them with you. I can't wait to do this because y'all, when I tell you I am getting sleep, and I ain't on no medicine. I am not on medicine, okay? I'm getting sleep. I'm being able to regulate myself. I'm being able to, balance my time. Even my body feels regulated. I think I'm also, I've also been able to regulate my nervous system, and that's just upping my fruits, y'all. Come on. And I'm also a vegan, so we'll talk about that maybe later in the story. But again, I'm not gonna make this video super long, so I do just wanna, share a little bit more about me. I know I skipped around, but I know y'all can handle it. No one said that my thoughts were perfect. Hey, I got a better routine, and the way that I am, my mentality has changed. The way that I thought about myself has changed. The way I view things has changed. But what I will say, because also I don't have enough storage. I'm gonna be authentic and honest, okay? Okay, be honest. I'm gonna save some storage for y'all, okay? But what was I gonna say, y'all? What I will say is, I forgot my thought. Okay, what was I gonna say? Is we gonna move on because girl, well, I forgot my thought. But what I will say is you will see a lot of me explaining everything that I talk about in other videos, but I just kind of want to give a brief introduction of me. My name is Jocelyn. I'm 24 years old, and I have learned that that I love helping people. God told me I was a healer. And I feel like I took that word and I thought, oh, Reiki healer, master, let me tell. Hey, maybe in the future, maybe. But what I'm really learning that means is being able to guide people. My energy is being able to guide others into realizing their power and their energy. That's it. That's really it. It ain't no special, crazy thing. I feel like we're all special. And I also love reminding people of their power. And so this is aligned with me, So I hope that this helps. I do have a lot of things I want to share with you guys. A little bit more about me. I love reading. I love writing. It keeps my mind occupied. I'm going to share some cool tips. I can't wait to explain some cool tips about how to stay focused in those moments. I love music really bad. I really love music. Really bad. Music honestly has saved me, through all the things that I've been through. I make music. Hey, I love it so much I'm starting to make it. I love dancing. It helps me with all my energy. I have a lot of energy, a lot. And so I like moving and dancing. 90% is in private, but maybe I'll dance on here one day and get pro. I'm not no pro dancer. Don't get it confused. I just like dancing. Hey! I love cooking because I'm vegan, so I have to make my own meals. So I like making vegan meals. like making vegan snacks, like smoothie bowls and stuff like that. I'm a talker, obviously. I talk really fast, but like sometimes I will see how my thoughts are going really fast, and then I'll slow them down, and I'm like, okay, slow down, you're good. Breathe. You know what I'm saying? So like I'll be doing things like that, or like, yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like. But yeah, I like anime also. I love watching anime. I don't really watch a lot of movies, but I will say I watch anime. That's something I watch. I'm so excited for this journey, and I'm so excited to help people that are just like me. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say something really quickly. This is not to shame or bash anyone. Everyone is accepted. Everyone is accepted. I don't care if you are like someone who doesn't even know what's going on, or like whatever. I don't care what your religion, your background, none of that. I don't care. Not that I don't care about what you serve or what you believe in. I love everybody. God has put it in my heart to love everybody. And I seen something on TikTok which actually made me want to do this a little bit more, but I want to remind everybody that everyone's accepted no matter who you are. Because I saw someone who's doing something like similar, like ADHD, you know, content, but they said Christian content. And I'm spiritual, but I'm not Christian. But it made me feel like, again, I feel excluded again, because it's like, well, am I allowed to watch your content if I'm not Christian? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that what that person's doing is wrong, but it's like, I want to make something where everyone is accepted, no matter who you are. And I don't want this to be about perfect or being perfect. I want to be true to myself. I don't even know how much I'm gonna even edit in this video. I don't even know how to edit, okay? But I do want people to feel seen. Everyone. I know what it's like to not feel seen, and what it's like to not be recognized, or like feel excluded, abandoned. I know. So why, as a neurodivergent, we're already very unique people. We're very, very different. People know that and people see that. But why make it even more, you know? And I'm not disrespecting that person, but I'm saying that is what pushed me to say, I do want to make content for everyone. I don't care if you ADHD with one leg, one eye, albino, black, white, Indian, Asian, bi, straight, I don't care. I want you all to be seen, because you are being seen by me, because I know what it's like to be in your shoes. I love you guys so, so much. I'm gonna end the video here. I'm so happy that you guys stayed until the end of my rattle brain. I am so happy. This is probably the most truthful way I can be. Let me know down in the comments of more videos that you guys would recommend, or something you struggle with, you know, because I want to be able to like help you guys or whatever. But yes, please be a lookout on for videos that I'll be making. I definitely have so much content to be coming. I love you guys again. I'm gonna go. Bye. 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 Bye.